Devastating. That's the word a veteran national sports reporter used. Not a fan, not a blogger. Christine Brennan, decades at USA Today, looked at what happened to this entire league the last time Caitlin Clark got hurt and called it, flat out, devastating. And when I say devastating, I don't mean the numbers dipped a little. I mean more than half the audience walked straight out the door. Roll her reporting. Watch.
She can give it as good as she can take it. She is a tough person. It's an unauthorized biography. She doesn't need me or anyone else to defend her. What we're talking about here is way beyond the pale. Caitlin Clark has never put her fist in someone's throat.
When Clark went down last year, WNBA television ratings didn't soften. They fell off a cliff, down more than 50%, overnight. And here's the part the league prays you never do the math on. They have now run that exact experiment twice. And they are about to run it a third time, right now, because she's hurt again. So today we answer the one question this league has spent 2 years trying to talk its way out of. Was the entire boom real, broad basketball fandom? Or was it one player? Because the actual Nielsen numbers give an answer so brutal it should terrify every executive in that building. Stick with me, because by the end you'll see why fans are now openly organizing to hit this league exactly where it hurts. Let's get into it. Here's what makes Caitlin Clark different from every star this league has ever had. We can measure her.
Those are facts, obviously. In college, the lines outside of arenas to get in to watch a woman play basketball, a sentence I never thought I'd be able to say. 4 million more watching Caitlin Clark's game in March Madness than watching the men. These are extraordinary numbers.
Exactly. Because she's missed time. And that gives us a clean before and after that, no amount of spin can hide. So let's look. Last season, when Clark missed a stretch of games with a quad injury, the league's own ratings, tracked by Nielsen, reported by USA Today, told the whole story. Nationally televised WNBA games, down 55%. Fever games specifically, down 53%. Put that in human numbers, because a percentage is easy to wave off. On national TV, the Fever were pulling roughly 1,800,000 viewers with Clark on the floor. Without her, 847,000. She is worth, personally, close to 1 million television viewers a night. One player. That's not a star player. That's the entire audience. And it's not just television. Pull the thread on everything. Jersey sales with her number on them, gone through the roof. Road attendance, arenas that used to sit half empty selling out the second the Fever came to town. Merch, tickets, TV, all of it moving on one single axis. Is Caitlin Clark playing tonight? Yes or no? She isn't a piece of this business. In a very real sense, she is the business. And when I say the audience left, I don't mean a few casuals got bored. I mean over half of every single person watching this league was watching for one specific woman. And the second she sat down, they turned it off. That is the reality the league has fought tooth and nail to deny. And this is where it stops being about basketball and starts being about arrogance. Because instead of embracing that, instead of guarding the Golden Goose with everything they had, large parts of this league spent 2 years insulting the very people who showed up for her. You heard it. The whole "those aren't real fans" routine. If you only watch when Clark plays, you're not a real fan. You don't understand the game. You're just a bandwagon. They said it on podcasts. They said it on air. Players said it. Media said it. They took the biggest wave of new customers this sport has ever seen and told them, to their faces, that they didn't belong. And when I say they insulted them, I don't mean one stray comment. I mean a coordinated, months-long message from inside the sport that these new eyeballs were somehow beneath the league. Think about the business insanity of that. You spend decades begging for attention. You finally get it. And your response is to lecture the audience for showing up wrong. And if you're one of those fans, one of the people they called not real, do me a favor and hit subscribe right now. This channel is never going to lecture you about how you're supposed to watch. We're just going to keep showing you the receipts the league wishes would disappear. Tap it and stay with me. Because what the fans are doing about it now is the part the executives are actually scared of. Because here's where we are today. Clark is hurt again. Her back. She's on the bench. No timeline. And the league is staring straight down the same cliff it fell off last year. Only this time, the fans aren't drifting away quietly. They're organizing. Go look right now and you'll see it everywhere. Fans saying out loud, "I will not watch a single game until Caitlin is back." Fans telling each other to boycott, to email the sponsors, to tag the networks, to let them play in empty gyms until this league learns to protect and promote the player who built the whole thing. Roll some of those posts. Watch. This is not three angry people. This is a movement. In the replies, in the quotes, under every post. And the message is simple, and it is ruthless. No Clark, no money. And here's why that threat has teeth this time. These aren't passive viewers who forget by next week. This is the most engaged, most online, most organized fan base in the sport. The same people who move the merch and sell out the buildings. When a fan base like that starts tagging your sponsors and emailing your networks, the people who actually write the checks notice. Sponsors don't pay for a logo on the floor. They pay for reach. And reach just told them it's leaving with her. And here is why the timing could not be worse for the league office. This is the exact moment they cashed in. The WNBA just signed the biggest media deals in its history. New television money, hundreds of millions of dollars, built on the assumption that these ratings keep climbing. But networks don't pay for potential. They pay for delivered numbers. Real eyes on real screens. And if the number your entire new contract is built on evaporates by half the second one player's back acts up, then you didn't build a league. You built a house of cards with one very tall, very fragile card holding up the whole roof. And they keep stacking more on top of it. New expansion teams paying $250 million each just to get in the door. Franchise values soaring. And every one of those numbers is priced on the assumption that this audience is real and permanent. But if the audience is really just one player's audience, then every one of those valuations is quietly betting on Caitlin Clark's spine holding up. That is the wager the entire league is making right now, whether the people making it will admit it or not. And when I say fragile, I don't mean it as a figure of speech. I mean she has now been hurt in back-to-back seasons. Absorbing hit after hit, this league refuses to properly punish. And every single time she goes down, so does more than half your business. And if the TV number feels abstract, watch the ticket market, because it tells the truth instantly, with zero spin. The second Clark's injury news hit this year, the resale price for her next game didn't dip. It cratered. One matchup, the get-in price fell from $86 all the way down to $25. A 71% collapse. Overnight, same seats, same building. The only thing that changed in the entire universe was 4 words. Caitlin Clark is out. That's the free market screaming the exact same thing the Nielsen numbers scream and the boycott screams. This audience is here for her. And the people running this league keep acting like they don't need to lift a finger to keep her healthy, happy, or even apparently on their own anniversary poster. And don't take the scale of this from me. Take it from the veterans who've watched sports for a living. A 30-year broadcaster compared Caitlin Clark to what Tiger Woods was to golf. Sit with what that means. When Tiger was out, golf ratings collapsed. And nobody at the top of golf ever stood up and said Tiger's fans weren't real golf fans. They understood exactly what they had. They built around him. They protected him. They marketed him into the biggest thing that sport ever saw. The WNBA was handed its Tiger. And it spent 2 years arguing with his fans and letting people take shots at him on the floor. And when I say handed, I mean gift-wrapped. Once in a generation, never coming again handed. And they are fumbling it in real time, on camera, for all of us to watch. And the maddening part is how fixable this is. You don't need some genius 5-year marketing plan. You need to protect her on the floor, put her on the poster, and stop insulting the people who tune in for her. That's the entire strategy. Protect the asset, promote the asset, respect the customer. And this leadership cannot seem to manage even that. So here's my verdict. The experiment is over. The results are in twice, in black and white Nielsen numbers. This was never a league-wide renaissance that Clark happened to be a part of. It was Caitlin Clark, personally, dragging an entire sport up the mountain on her back. The same back that is now on the bench. More than half the audience is hers. The The ticket money is hers. The brand new TV deal is riding on her. And the people in charge treated every bit of it like it would simply always be there, no matter how little they did to protect it. And now the fans are done asking nicely. They're organizing, they're voting with the remote and the wallet. And the league is about to learn for the second time that you cannot insult your best customers and neglect your best player and expect the money to just keep showing up. And it goes in the file. The Golden Goose Index, the running count of every way this league fails its biggest star. This one might be the biggest entry yet, because this is the one with a dollar figure attached. So tell me, are you one of the fans sitting these games out until she's back? Or do you think the league is just fine without her? Make your case in the comments. I read everyone. If these numbers opened your eyes, hit like so they get in front of the people still pretending the boom wasn't built on one player. Subscribe so you never miss an entry in the file, and I'll see you on the next case. That's the verdict.